Hi guys, and welcome back to Tom Talks. Today we're here with some kind of sad news. Brockhampton announced 2 days ago that they're splitting up. They're done. Kaput. Capiche. And yeah, I'm kind of sad. I did enjoy the group a lot. Made some great stuff, some amazing albums. I mean, the Saturation trilogy, brilliant. And then the other albums were pretty good too. Roadrunner, released last year, was one of my faves. Ginger was also a very good album. Iridescence, the ballads were really good on that. Overall, not a massive fan of that album. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I kind of knew this was coming, as the group did say they were going to release one more album, which we don't know if that's coming now. Is that going to come? I don't know. They have announced they will be performing at the O2 Academy Brixton and Coachella. But then that's it. Which is disappointing because they were going to be performing at Primavera Festival in Barcelona, which I'm going to in June. Looking forward to that. So they're not performing at that anymore, which is disappointing. I am very disappointed by this news because I do really like the group stuff. They made a lot of great music that I listened to at university and continue to do so. I mean, like I said last year, Roadrunner New Light New Machine I gave a very positive review to on the Tom Talks blog, although I think I gave it an 8.5. I might give it an 8 now instead, but like I said, they've released some great stuff over the years. Saturation 1 and Saturation 2 are both fantastic albums. Saturation 3 was pretty good too. Iridescence, like I said, had its moments, but was the complete package. But the last two albums saw them really get into their emotional bag, especially after the Amir Van drama, and I'm wondering if some more drama has resulted in this. But I don't know. Like I said, the group have said previously they wanted to make one more album that was supposed to come out last year, and I think people were assuming it would come out this year now, but I guess not. Well, we don't know. We know they are not going to do any more performances after these shows at the O2 Academy Brixton and Coachella. So, yeah. What legacy of Brockhampton left? I think they have changed the way hip-hop is a bit. The group, well, it's difficult to call them a hip-hop group because they mainly made rap music, but they also did a bit of R&B, a bit of pop in there, a bit of... There was other influences as well. But for me, I think the sort of impact they had was they showed a more vulnerable side to hip-hop. Like, I'm not saying that they're the first artist to show vulnerability or emotions or talk about mental health in hip-hop, but they talked about it quite prominently in their music, and I think people respected them for that, liked them for that. I think Kevin Abstract, of course, talking about coming out as gay was quite a big thing for a genre like hip-hop, which in the past has had homophobic tendencies in the genre. I mean, I think he even says on one of his songs, I rap about being gay because not enough people are rapping about being gay, which is funny but also kind of true. So I think that's one of the reasons I caught onto the band a lot, because they talk about mental health, which I think is very good, and, you know, other artists are doing that now. For example, Slow Tie, who has collaborated with the group. No surprise there. But they also just made some bangers, man, like Heat, Buzzcut, Boogie. I could be here all day naming all the bangers they made as well, but they knew how to make the emotional cuts, they knew how to make the bangers, they knew how to make the deep introspective cuts. These guys were trailblazers for me, really, and it's very rare that a group manages to make such cohesive projects. Like, I liked the vibe of Odd Future, and I did like the Odd Future song, but I don't think as a collective they made great stuff together. I mean, I'm just trying to think of like hip-hop groups. I mean, Wu-Tang is an obvious choice. I mean, Enter the Wu-Tang is like a hip-hop classic, but it's... Yeah, I can't really think of too many other hip-hop groups that have been so consistent. Like, the group have been around for 8 years. Although All American Trash, their first mixtape, is kind of forgettable. But when it came to studio albums, these guys were on their stuff. And that Saturation trilogy, one of the most consistent trilogies in music. And just a final word, I mean, I'm disappointed. I love the group. They made some of the best music of the last 5 years. Yeah, 5 years, because Saturation 2017. And if you haven't got into them, I'd say go check them out. They made some very good music. And as the group said themselves, they're the best boy. Well, they said they were the best boy band since One Direction. I'd say they're better than One Direction because most of One Direction's music is kind of manufactured, and Brockhampton's music was certainly not that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Disappointed to see that the group is splitting up. Disappointed that I won't be able to get to see them for a second time. I was very lucky to see them the first time at Leeds Festival, but the vibe of the crowd kind of ruined that for me. I got to see them, which some people won't get to, so do you know what I mean? I can't be too picky. And yeah, might get an O2 Academy Brixton resale ticket. We'll see. We'll see. But that's been another Tom Talk, so let me know your thoughts on Brockhampton breaking up. Are you sad? Do you know they are? Do you reckon they'll still release that last album? Let me know in the comments. But until next time, this has been another Tom Talks.